Welcome to episode 1.4 of the Sociology Coach. Today we're exploring sociological theory. Let's learn how sociologists explain the world around us. Hey there, I'm Dr. Medley-Rath. I've been teaching sociology for over 20 years. I'm the author of Introduction to Sociology, and I run the Sociology Coach to help people like you make sense of the world. Let's dive in. Sociological theory offers testable explanations for social phenomena. In this episode, we'll focus on several frameworks used by contemporary sociologists to understand society. Let's break down the main frameworks: macrosociology, mesosociology, and microsociology, social construction of reality, and intersectionality. These theories help us make sense of complex social phenomena, like the music industry. Macrosociology looks at large-scale social phenomena. This approach examines the big picture: institutions, economies, and cultural values. For example, recent tours and concerts by wildly popular musicians like Taylor Swift or Bad Bunny greatly impact the local economies where they perform. Fans pay higher prices for hotels, transportation, food, merchandise, and other entertainment when attending one of these shows. Therefore, a macrosociologist might look at the broad economic impact of live music across a nation, state, or city. Mesosociology focuses on the middle ground between the macro and micro. For example, the structures influencing how songs are written. In the past, musicians made money by selling albums. They may have written their songs, but their songs may have been written by songwriters. If you write a song, however, you have a financial stake in the song itself, regardless of who performs it. Under the old system, performers and the record company made money through album sales, but with the growth of streaming, they make very little money today through albums or streaming, which is why it is more important to have a financial stake in the songwriting. Instead, they make money from touring and fan experiences, which can be grueling. Therefore, how musicians make money has changed. Today, record companies want artists to also be songwriters to increase the revenue they make. Therefore, performers are often involved in the songwriting process today. Microsociology zooms in on interpersonal interactions. It explores how norms of music listening have changed. For instance, when we listen primarily with earbuds, it is a more private experience compared to listening on a speaker, which is more easily shared. Another way it has changed is that we more often listen to individual tracks rather than complete albums. This perspective helps us understand the everyday experiences within the music industry. Here's a quick comparison as applied to the music industry. Macrosociology studies the economies, governments, and cultural values and their effects on the music industry. Mesosociology looks at record companies, streaming platforms, and venues. Microsociology focuses on songwriters, artists, fans, and more. Sociologists choose their level of focus based on their research questions. If you love a good study resource, I've got a whole collection on my website. Go grab the ones for this video. Check for that link in the description. Another theoretical framework used by sociologists is the social construction of reality. It explains how people give meaning to things through interaction. What counts as money, family, or gender is shaped by social agreements and interactions. Take money. Its value and form have changed over time, from shelves and livestock to credit cards and cryptocurrency. The media and celebrities have helped encourage people to adopt new forms of currency like crypto, but it still remains risky. Sociologists use many theoretical frameworks, far more than can be covered in any one course. For Introduction to Sociology students, the third major framework used by sociologists that is critical to know is intersectionality. Intersectionality shows how factors like race and gender overlap, creating unique advantages and disadvantages. This framework helps us understand complex inequalities in society. Kimberly Crenshaw is a legal scholar who named intersectionality, and Patricia Hill Collins is a sociologist who has helped us understand intersectionality. They explain that racism and sexism affect Black women differently than Black men. For example, when efforts to reduce inequality only focus on race, the disadvantages Black women face as women are left out. Black women face disadvantages because of their race and gender. Black men experience racism, but in general are also advantaged because of their gender. Focusing only on race or gender misses the unique challenges faced by those at the intersection. Intersectionality is not just about race and gender, though that is where its roots are located. Every single one of us is advantaged or disadvantaged in our everyday life due to many factors, including our educational background or that of our parents, our age, our citizenship status, our race, our family background, our gender, whether we have a disability, our social class, our sexuality, our religion, among many other factors. Let's take a moment to think it through. How could the social construction of reality or intersectionality be applied to the music industry? How might one of these theoretical frameworks help us understand musical genres, or how gender and race shape who gets record deals? Consider, for example, how Beyoncé was shut out of the 2024 Country Music Association's awards for her country album, Cowboy Carter. However, she went on to win Best Country Album at the 2025 Grammy Awards. The snub by the Country Music Association is but one example of how Black musicians performing country music challenge ideas about what it means to be a country musician and how country music is socially constructed. As we've seen, micro, meso, and macrosociology, the social construction of reality, and intersectionality offer powerful ways to understand the music industry and society more broadly. These frameworks help us see how musical genres, artists' identities, and opportunities are shaped by collective social agreements and overlapping social factors like race and gender. By applying these perspectives, we gain deeper insight into who gets heard, who gets signed, and how music continues to evolve in our society. Which of these perspectives is most interesting to you? Share in the comments, and of course, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.